The question of whether John is more Trinitarian or pushes in that direction is an interesting one, because John, of course, was extremely influential in the early church's development of Christological thinking. So arguments between Athanasius and Arius and so on really did use Johannine texts. Not only, but John 1, the prologue of John, in the beginning was the Word was with God, the Word was God. It's been said, you may know, that if Athanasius had not had the Gospel of John, he could not have refuted Arius. To which the answer is sometimes yes, and if Arius had not had the Gospel of John, he wouldn't have needed refuting, because you have both the Word who was in the beginning and the Father is greater than I, and this polarity has raised questions about exactly how do we understand the person of Jesus. So that John probably pushes harder in the direction of how do we think about who Jesus is, Word and human being, more than, maybe not more than any other text, but the book of Hebrews gets at it surely, and other texts do, but John is extremely important there. And because it's important Christologically, it becomes important for Trinitarian conversation. You can't really do one without the other. There are also some very interesting texts in John that, if they aren't a developed Trinitarianism, raise questions about how do we understand the relationship of Father, Son, and Spirit. In all the Gospels, the baptism of Jesus does. You have the Father giving the Spirit to the Son. John comments, the Spirit came down and remained upon him. This is different than the prophetic inspiration of an Old Testament prophet or any other prophet who might sporadically or occasionally have the Spirit. In the Gospel of John, I believe it is especially emphasized that Jesus has the authority and the power to send the Spirit, and that he will do so, that he will send the Spirit from the Father. So in those farewell discourses, chapters 14 through 17, you have quite a bit about the interrelationship of Father, Son, and Spirit. The Spirit bears witness to Jesus. The Father sends the Spirit. The Son petitions the Father for the Spirit to come. Something's going on there that puts pressure on the church when it develops its thought to move in that Trinitarian direction. John 17, the great prayer of Jesus, which talks about the intimate relationship of Father and Son. The Son is in the Father is in the Son. Again, is one of those texts that will push on the Christological thinking that will eventually incorporate as well the Spirit, because of other things that are said in the Gospel of John.